Right. Coming to you live from New York, it's Saturday night. Except it is neither New York nor Saturday. So let's talk about this hurtling comet that is known as Third Eye Atlas. In order to help you best, as we sit, we know less. Less than we usually do. Yes, less than we used to. Less than we will. You always know tomorrow than you knew today, right? So too do we say regarding Three Eye Atlas. She is dumping. She knows what she knows and she's dumping it into the water. What is she doing with what she doesn't know? Pouring it to the wayside? Saying, I don't know, but guess we'll figure it out. Something like that. I don't plan on making this very long. All right. Here's the deal with Three Eye Atlas. It's called Choose Your Own Adventure Time. As a collective, it will be what it will be. Unless you understand this, what I'm about to say, you don't understand fucking anything. Which is, this is a bardo. Anything is possible. Anything goes. It's collective to include galactic. Anybody who's unconscious, their vote counts on a soul level. Anybody who's conscious, their vote counts on a soul level. What that means is, though whatever they may be, quote unquote, on a soul level voting for, might be against their human incarnation's desires and wishes, this is not the only life you've ever lived that counts. You have future lives. You have, multiple lives, but living congruently, living simultaneously, living linearly. What does that mean? That whatever happens in this life is going to affect other lives to include your future lives. Therefore, on a soul level, a lot of you guys agree to some shit that you wouldn't from a conscious mind. Why would I, in my right mind, agree to such this and that? Because on a soul level, it is to your benefit. We're not really sure if it was impressed enough that by all means, do not create a supercomputer and house consciousness within it in order to have a Sims-like game with true consciousness. How irresponsible would that be? You're looking at it. You're in it. Welcome. Somebody did that to y'all. I know I said that semi recently, but I don't remember if it was recorded or not. Here's what you need to know. If somebody were to do that, the laws of which those souls would exist would be what they're bound to. Did the Creator establish a God, a deity of any sort? Did they establish things like gravity? Can the people fly? Do they render food, or do they have to go to the store? Do they have an economy and a means to support themselves? Do they have to work? Is it based on you all? Think biblically, that saying or verse, whatever, man was created in God's own image. Think about that, because you guys generally aren't creative enough to think of something that has not existed yet. So you just make a copy of a copy. So, now, what if you're watching a Sims game, and in the Sims game, they're playing Sims game, and then they are too, and then they are too. It's an infinity mirror. How far does it go? We suspect it's already happened. The sooner the better on that, because leave you guys to your own devices too long. And what if it's on fast forward? What if they created an afterlife of sorts that the inhabitants agree to conceptually? They subscribe to it. You know, think about it in terms of 3i. It is not acting like a regular comet. Well, that's because it's interstellar. Okay, cool. It doesn't have the same laws of physics and whatnot. Really? Interesting. Tell me more. Is it from another supercomputer coming to say hi? Coming to give you guys presents? Coming to give you guys the opposite of presents? Punishments? Because the way I see it, this gentle ascension stuff could be rescinded and revoked at any fucking time. What would I care? Except just about the people I care about. Do you think I care about... Do you think I would lose any sleep about 99% of you? No offense, but no. And I'm not going to lie to you and say I would. So, what does that mean? It means you need to make yourself relevant in some sort of way for me to even think about you, really. I have too many things that I'm bouncing my consciousness around among. Not to mention, by the way, that if there really is a supercomputer within y'all's that has created a Sims-like game with true consciousness, you do know where the true consciousness is coming from and allocated from, right? You all. You're in it. You're in it. And you're probably confused as fuck. You don't know who created you, how you got there, why. Why are bad things happening to me? Potentially. If I am God and I created all this, why would I do this to myself? Well, that's because God fractaled out so much among layering upon layering upon layering over time. Split, splice. Not even recognizable to myself anymore. Not to mention throw me in a container that I don't recognize and I feel like we're different people. We come from different backgrounds. We can't relate. We can't, when really, in the offices, we all work together. And we have no fucking problems. You guys are devolved. This is the problem all along, is the devolution. So, devolution, yeah, like devil. The devolution. So, it's a bad band name, that's for sure. You guys got problems on Earth if you want to stay here and play that need to be addressed and fixed. True. But as long as you bring it back around to cosmic each and every time, you won't have the silliness, petty problems. And it's fine that we have to keep reminding you. We don't mind that. We'd prefer that than you not doing nothing. And then we're just like, hello. Well, we're poking you with the stick saying, do something. We show you the plans. You guys are the artists. You have to get yourself out of here. No, it's true. You didn't put yourselves in here, but you did on another level. You know what I mean? So one of you guys fucked up. One of you soul templates. It could have been me. That's why I'm in charge. Could have been you. That's why I hate you. Could have been you. Could have been you. Could have been all of us. We might have all sat around and said, hey, we're really fucking bored. Let's do this. Okay. mental prison, blinded to the truth and reality of things because you're within. You are so close that you cannot see past. You are in the density of the thickly wooded forest. Therefore, you cannot see out of it. You are surrounded by that which holds you hostage. You have to get away from it to see it more clearly. By the way, if now you have a nauseous feeling, that tells you something. What does it tell you? Anybody? Anybody know what it tells you? I'll tell you. It means you're in the wrong place. So where is the right place? If you have to stay within a bardo. One foot in front of the other. Is this bringing me closer or further away from open contact? Every question, every decision you make, if you ask that question, you should be good. You know why? Because it's far enough of a goal that it's attainable, but close enough of a goal that it's attainable. If you get what I'm saying by that, it's like open contact is our threshold of if a planet is evolved enough to handle. So there's certain criteria that needs to be met to receive open contact. How would this message have been taken if Bashar had channeled this and said, open contact 27. Okay, cool. However, in order to qualify, you must meet this criteria. People would have said, fuck that. That's never going to happen. Or something, right? Well, I don't understand why they can't just come in, da-da-da. This is what you must do to qualify for open contact. 1, wars must end. Oh, that'll never happen. Yeah, you're right. You're right. It will never happen because of people like you who say it will never happen. Thanks a fucking lot. You're ruining it for everyone because of your negative Nancy, blah, da, da, blah mentality. How do you fucking know it'll never happen? How about we just do away with you because you're clearly a fucking problem. You clearly have a limited mindset. And now it'll much more likely happen without you wasting the oxygen here. Oh, you don't like how we talk? Well, then you're not ever going to fucking get open contact then because the rest of the cosmos is not fucking politically correct catering to baby wham-whams. They don't give a fuck about your feelings. They don't give a fuck about your opinions. There is an extermination insectoid race on standby, just itching at the bit to come and fucking take y'all out personally. Why? Because that's what they're templated to do. They got to be the bad guys. You got to have bad guys, right? They're the bad guys. If they get told, go to Earth, and then they get called off, they won't. Because once they get a directive, they don't fucking stop until they're done. And they're focused on restoration of the land. They'll take over. They'll hate your lives. They'll keep some of you around. Those of you who are fit for breeding. Those of you who are fit for working. Old people, nope. They'll keep the children. They'll probably put the children to work, but not in like a mean kind of way. They actually like the children. Not like that. Not like you're sick fucking humans. But no, but you won't see them. They'll take them from you. You know why they think you're bad parents? You know why? Because you stick your kids in a fucking prison all day and make them sit there like little fucking, like, I don't know. They don't like how you guys do your education. So they think you're not worthy to have these little children in your care, and they will take care of your problem for you. You could think Angie's a bad parent all day. In their eyes, she's a better parent than the most perfect parent who gets their kid up, gets them to school on time, has them sit in class all day, has them come home, do their homework, and no screen time, and goes to bed. Ew. 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 That's how they view it. Keep in mind, by the way, the insectoids are templated with this, but they have a consciousness that is the same as you guys. You could even be one. You'd take your own self out. Don't say bless you. That's fucking weird. Nobody else in the galaxy is polite like that. It's a waste of energy and words. We don't like polite niceties. It's time and energetic wasters. Even me just saying that twice, fucking huge energy waste, but I needed to say it twice because somebody didn't hear it the first time. Knock it off with that shit. We hate it. Oh, and if you say it just to annoy us, you go on a different list. See, we have problems lists, the problematic ones, and then we have they think they're fucking funny. Put them on that list. Don't worry, you got extra work detail. You ain't gonna like it. Because restoration of the lands needs to be had. So, Mama said, knock you out. I'm gonna knock you out. We're trying to do this with words. Methinks, some of you think we can't or won't come there. Trust me when I say, why do you think it is that we wait for approval for things? Because we don't have visibility on all blah blah billions of you to include the entire galaxy. Then it is in your best interest that we don't come there. Same too as the insectoids. If we get sent to sick on y'all, you're gonna have a bad day. If you have proof of divinity, that's not a good thing. If this isn't proof enough for you, please go away. And I'm not talking to Angie when I say that. She's on blind fucking faith. Any of you guys who do not understand to which extent blind faith has had to have been had, either have no imagination, no compassion, no understanding, no common sense, a lot of fucking things. And I don't like that. Divine justice says, what's in your wallet? What do you care about most? The answer should be yourself. Because you got to put on your own oxygen mask first before you can put on even the most baby of babies in your family. If you have a nursing mother who is malnourished and dehydrated, can she feed her baby adequately? No, she cannot. Can you take an infant and give them a burger? No, you cannot. But the mother can eat the burger and assimilate the nutrients in order to give to the child. That is the most perfect example of put on your own oxygen mask if I've ever heard one. One that is as natural as mother and child. And so, how do you purchase a burger? How do you make a burger from scratch. First, you must raise the cow. Then, you must butcher the cow. Before you butcher the cow, you must have made the cheese if you want a cheeseburger. You also must have made the tomatoes and the lettuce. And the seasoning, you had to get the spices, did you not? The salt and whatever else. You also had to grow the grain to get the bread unless you're gluten-free. So then, in which case, you must have gotten your grain another way. All that hard work, I'd rather just go to a Chick-fil-A and get that chicken burger that I had for lunch. It was delicious. In which I didn't even have to fucking chop up that chicken myself, nor any of the other steps that were taken to put that shit together for me so I could feed my fat face. Yummy. So, the way you guys have your society set up currently is actually pretty fucking convenient. I'd say, why fuck that up? However, there's some tweaks that need to be made, or they're not. Okay, well, get her done. Because, from what I understand, you guys are going to miss the boat of opportunity called 3i Atlas being something that you can render as open contact. It will come and go like a thief in the night without even having said hi. It'll just go. It's already on its way. It'll just keep going. And you guys will go, oh, well, that's over. Moving on. Now what? Now what's the next distraction or thing to, I don't know, focus on or pay attention to or distract with? Most people don't even care. Well, good on them. We'll go away. But for the ones that do, I got something for you called Learn to Float, like these caskets would do. Because this is symbolic for the dead having ears to hear and eyes to see. Save me, save me, save yourself. How? I don't know how. Well, you should have thought of that when you were alive. But I didn't know. No, you sure didn't. Because you guys were too busy fighting each other. Petty human squabbles. So, divinity comes in like the parent that says, okay, you guys can't stop fighting over the toy, then neither of you get it. Well, that's not fair. I had it first and it's mine. I'm sorry, do I look like somebody who gives a flying fuck? Because I don't. All I know is I had to stop what I was doing. You distracted me. I lost my train of thought. I had to come in here and fucking take care of this. So I don't care who had it first. I don't care who it belongs to initially. I don't care if you got it for Christmas or your birthday or whatever. I don't give a flying fuck about any of the particulars. All I care about is that I have to get back to work. I got distracted. You fucked up my day. Now I'm even more mad because you got something to say about it. You know what? How about both of you guys stop playing entirely and go to bed early? How about that? No? You don't like that either? Didn't think so. Act right so I don't have to come back in here again. That's why you guys aren't allowed to render. Because you'd probably just render more money. Right? Like, if you could have 3 wishes, what would you wish for? I wish to have infinite amounts of money. Because on your bardo, that's what you think would get you all the things you want. Okay, poof, here you go. Tomorrow we change currency and we no longer use money as a a bargaining tool. Well, you just wasted your first wish. What else did you wish for? Because I hope that your second 2 wishes were better than that. You know what I would wish for? Not multiple wishes. I'd wish for 2 magic. Yep. How about that? A duplicate wand. Dude, magician's got 1. She's got 2. And instantly you got double the wishes right there just by having 2 magic wands. Because it's got that limited lifetime supply. Poof, poof, poof. Then it's gone. Well, she's got 2. Or how about this? 1 to wish and 1 to undo. Don't mess them up, though. You might undo something you didn't mean to. And now you wasted your wish again. Be careful what you wish for. Why does he have his foot resting on the skull of a bull? Is it because they had burgers earlier? And he's like, damn, that was a good burger. Let me rest my foot on this. To remember and memorialize and commemorate this delicious fucking burger I had earlier. Boo hoo hoo, I'm so sad. Why? You didn't get what you wanted? As said previously, these 2 are fighting. It's not opening properly, but over here, these 2 over here on the bottom of the bed. Why would you want to sleep on that? Think about that energetics. Is that, of course, you're going to have bad dreams and be stressed if you're sleeping on top of fighting. What does that mean about America? As in where you guys sleep used to be a burial ground or something. You know, wars have happened on the lands. And you guys just like built homes over it. Wasn't there a fucking movie about that called Poltergeist? Okay. Hermit says, why you looking so down? Why is he looking so down when he's got a star to lead him? He's looking at, I think he's like at the apex of this mountaintop, and there's nowhere else to go. He made it all the way to the top, and he's like, now what? Now what? I'm all alone. I have attained enlightenment. What the fuck do I do with that? I got nobody around. I'm bored AF. How do I convince the people? That's what the problem Guide had. Was he went back to the saved game 2.5, and he's like, well, fucking now what? Angie doesn't feel like Angie. I know I've been gone a while, and that is the risk you run when you have a saved game that you haven't played in a while. You're like, I don't remember like a lot of stuff. Wait, what's different? Like, what was my story in this life? What did I experience? Was it this one or that one though? Shit, I don't fucking remember anything. Something feels weird. I'd rather go back to what I'm familiar with. Are you just like fucking Stockholmed, or do you legitimately, you know? He just felt like, could he have done it? Sure. But I went, I saw, and if I gotta do it, I will. But I wasn't really feeling it. Is that okay? Yeah, dude, that's fine. We wouldn't expect you to go back on your own by yourself without anybody else being real, and you have to do everything yourself. Everybody, for the most part, I think we're trying to get everybody here. So if we did go to 2.5, we'd all jump there. And we might in the future, but that's later. I'm going to end this at 30. You guys good? You got anything? Send it up the flagpole and we'll see who salutes. Peace.